Hey guys, welcome to Alfed's tutorial videos. I don't know. So if you watch my other video, which I recorded yesterday, I don't know when you're watching this, but if you haven't, go check out the shoot we had with Nell. But what happens when you have a shoot like that? You figure out like little snags, what the little hiccups are with the suit as it wears. So I figured out a couple different things that we had to keep adjusting while we were shooting. So which were the shoulders, and then I didn't compensate for the space that the rig was going to take on the arms. So I'm going to redo the strapping. This is going to be a separate video just on strapping, and I'm going to show you all the different things that I did, the little solutions that I came up with. So this is great. This is actually super helpful. Nell actually just started uploading the photos to his photo stream. You guys need to go to Flickr and follow Nell so you can get all these awesome pictures. You can totally download them full resolution. But this is actually super helpful for me to see some of the adjustments that need to be made. Like for example, the parts where I separated, you can see the latex, that color is still on there, so I'm gonna have to go over those seams with some paint to make sure that you don't see that separation there. So in full body shots I can see that I need to trim a little bit at the bottom here. This was made pretty much to my measurements, so it should with the foot, the way that it was casted, the way that it was sculpted and casted, it should have a little bit of clearance here to meet kind of in the middle, but this should really come down more. So just little things like that, nothing like too major before Comic-Con, thankfully, nothing like too crazy, but I do have to really readjust the strapping in the shoulders so they don't like separate that much, and also so they're like able to move freely without like popping up and popping up any Velcro. So I already have everything kind of set up here. I'm going to use like little buckle clips instead. So this kind of thing. Elastic, when you don't have varge, this is a good tip. If you run out of varge, or you don't know what varge is, it's a really good contact cement. It's flexible. This stuff works just as well, and you can find this easily at any Home Depot or most hardware stores carry it. It's doing the same thing to the arms, taking out this Velcro. Velcro didn't work too well. There's just like so much movement that this needs to be able to like expand and contract and do all those things. So this is what I was talking about with the seams. I'm just gonna paint those up. Same here. See, this is Velcro, so that's why you can see kind of that latex edge. And in the back, I already started putting some of the clips here. So this is kind of what I'm doing. You get the idea. And these are just elastic straps that I barged onto the inside of the suit. And in the back, oh man, this is heavy. In the back, even though it's not part of the original thought process and design, I mean, Vinny doesn't believe me, but I lost like 10 pounds, well, 9 pounds for this costume, and it's still super snug. Latex just shrinks, and it's thick latex too, so it's like cut up. I mean, it's casted really thick, so as you can see here. So when you put it on, you're trying to squeeze in there. It's super hard to do it if it's like made exactly to be like as a second skin. So what we did was we made this piece separate, like, well, not separate, it was part of the cast, but we cut it up, did some Velcro here, which works fine, and then we have a hidden zipper that just goes from this separation here all the way to the bottom up to there, and then you still kind of have to get through this like middle part where the butt and the cot piece are, just so that I didn't break up this design. I didn't want to just separate all that. It wouldn't look good. But I'm thinking about incorporating another extra zipper, possibly somewhere here, maybe around here, like 2 small zippers that you can't really see, just to like open up this part a little better. And then once you're inside, it's you know, it's fine. But you know, it's the putting it on and taking it off that's a little bit tricky. So anyways, you know, it's pretty straightforward stuff, not too nothing too like crazy. I'm gonna need both my hands to do this, but I'll cut back to show you kind of how it ends up looking. Alright, so the way this glue works is you want to get it on both surfaces, just like barge. It's a glue that sticks to itself really well, so you want to apply to both surfaces. And like I said, this is a little hard to do with just one hand as I'm holding the cell phone. So same amount that I put here, I'm going to put on the back of this Velcro strip, and then I'm also going to add this little elastic piece with the other end of the buckle clip, so that the shoulder piece can just clip on to the torso instead of being Velcroed. Alright, so here's kind of like the setup, how it works. Sorry for the shakiness. So the strip, the elastic strip, is glued onto each other like that. Here's glued cement. It's cement. It's not glue. Cement on both sides. Gonna lay it kind of there. It's been about 5 to 7 minutes from when I applied the cement. You kind of want to make sure your little buckle, if it's one of these types, it's in the right angle for it to strap onto its other side, to clip onto the other side. Okay, so pretty simple. This goes onto the arm, and I'm just gonna add more Velcro here so that it's actually a little bit stronger even. So I'm doing a little bit of touch up with just brush and acrylics, just to conceal the areas that kind of got a little bit messed up yesterday with friction. The additive that was used for these acrylics that were airbrushed on, they work really well to make the paint stick, but friction and the stretch and everything on latex, it'll kind of mess you up a little bit paint wise. So not any major touch-ups needed for Comic-Con, but still, you know, you want to touch up those little areas that that got exposed with the latex. So just like touching up all these little areas, and I'm just gonna use a brush for that. So for the feet, I'm kind of gonna trim. See, the shoe comes up just enough to go like even under here, but just for safety, I'm just gonna trim kind of like all the way up here, kind of like in that shape, so that it can kind of accommodate for this little circle here. There we go. Pretty good. So now I'll probably be able to move my foot a little better than yesterday without wrinkling the latex. So this should be pretty good for now until I try it on again. And by the way, I used some really comfortable memory foam shoes from Walmart inside this shoe, inside the sculpt for the foot, and they're awesome. They're pretty comfortable. I was like, you know, jumping from rock to rock yesterday, and it was safe. I didn't fall. It was super comfortable, and as you can see, it fit the shape pretty good. These clips are now replacing the simple Velcro setup that I had before. I'll be showing you guys in a second how it all comes together, but as you can see, these are now safely secured on the inside, adjustable, and then on the inside of the shoulders I got my other smaller clips with the Velcro, and this Velcro goes onto there to connect the shoulder to the arm. So I also went ahead and did some repairing for the areas that were kind of showing a little bit of wear from the friction against the skin. The way I did that, super easy. I'm going to do that on all of these seams as well. Back here where this Velcro part connects as well, all of these edges. Going to do the same for the feet around there. And then just some areas around the arms. Just all of these little areas. What am I going to do it with? You know, sometimes the simplest solution is the best. Boom. Big old Sharpie. Magnum permanent marker. This guy will do the trick. No problem. You know, we don't have a lot of time from here to Comic-Con, but just so you get a little sense. So that will just kind of black this out a little bit. All right, guys. I realized I was recording a lot as I was working, and time was of the essence. Comic-Con is this coming weekend, so it's coming, and this guy needed to be ready for Masquerade. As you know, sculpted, painted by Vinny Lamorne. I was gonna say the beautiful Vinny Lamorne. Beautifully painted, beautifully sculpted by the beautiful Vinny Lamorne. Anyways, the shoulders go on the small clips, and this is just like easy peasy. A little bit. So there's where that goes. You see there's like more Velcro right here on the shoulder. So it goes on the larger buckle. And this one did need to have a little bit of more clearance, and these are fully adjustable too. It needed to have a little bit more clearance because of the actual rig that goes on the inside, but this is still very much like flexible. You can move your shoulder around, rotate. So pretty cool, right? Another pretty cool thing I did that was also kind of necessary. You'll see for some of the pictures I had to take off the gloves to handle the effect, the smoke effect and the orb effect. So I kind of went Ant-Man style for this now, and now the switches are easily just here for me to press, because I think Vinny still kept it where he has the switches inside the fingers, but I was not able to, like inside the glove, kind of handle those switches. There was no way. And this comes off, you know, there's two elastic pieces just to kind of hold it in place, and there's a little bit of Velcro there too. But this has to come off so that it goes on the inside of the suit. Again, big thanks to James Fincher for hooking this up, and also to my friend Diego, because even though we ended up doing something slightly different, this was very, very close to the ideas that my buddy Diego was giving me. But as you can see, it's kind of Ant-Man style, right? So now I can easily just handle these buttons to activate the smoke effect and the orb lighting up. For the legs, again, just recapping, I did cut this up. I painted where all the paint came off, and there's also suspenders on the pants that I think you guys might have already seen in the pictures, but here we go. There's suspenders that kind of keep this up in place. And that's pretty much it, guys. Wish us luck if you are at Comic-Con this weekend and are planning to hit up the Masquerade. Please do cheer for us really hard when we come on. We're going to do our best to give you guys a good little show, and hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you can see, you can appreciate all the details that Vinny put into these. I'll see you at Comic-Con.